U.S. Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino is here reacting to all of this. It's great to see you, Officer Bovino. Is that correct?
It's Agent Bovino.
Agent Bovino, okay. Well, Agent Bovino, it's great to see you here. It was interesting to be on the ground today at what they call as a vigil, and it seemed like it was a community gathering. It seemed pretty peaceful. I mean, they don't like us, but fine. But it seemed fairly peaceful. Although, man, they police their border pretty well there. I mean, they don't like anyone in their area that doesn't agree with them, which I found interesting.
Oh, well, Laura, thanks for having me tonight. But it's very interesting how intolerant some of those individuals are when you talk about them policing their own border. We see that quite often, as you know, out in the streets here in Minneapolis, Chicago, Los Angeles, New Orleans, Charlotte, all those places we've been, we see exactly what you're talking about.
Illegal aliens have every right to be here, but conservatives have no right to be here. I mean, that's basically it.
That's exactly it. That's what they're saying. That is what they are saying. This violent rhetoric, whether it's a Tim Walz, Newsom, a Pritzker, that is what they're saying, is they're choosing those illegal aliens over American citizens and over American law enforcement. It's reprehensible.
I was told that yesterday, and I was told this today by a 26-year veteran of the Secret Service, that he has never seen a time where state and local officials had not supported the visit of a cabinet secretary to this state. And yesterday, there was no support of the visit of Kristi Noem, who came to address the horrible tragedy of yesterday. Is that surprising to you? I mean, you all usually work together. It's
always surprising. State and local law enforcement and federal law enforcement have traditionally worked together on a myriad of missions, whether it's protecting a cabinet level member coming or that local law enforcement effort helping us. They've always supported us, but we don't see that now. Today out on the streets, Laura, I didn't see it as well. We were in Minneapolis. We had assaults, all kinds of violence towards Border Patrol agents. Where were the police?
Yeah, well, and Tim Walz is speaking out a lot today. We have another clip. I want you to react to it. Let's watch.
We have learned that the Trump administration has now denied the state that ability to participate in the investigation. And I just want to make this as clear as possible to everyone. Minnesota must be part of this investigation. These are nonpartisan career professionals that have spent years building the trust of the community.
Well, your reaction to that. I mean, he's like, it's the fault of you guys. We can't build trust when ICE comes in and does its job, apparently.
Exactly. You know, Laura, we are making these communities safer places. We already are building that trust. If you ask 95% of the American citizens that we come into contact, they absolutely love what we're doing, but yet Governor Walz detracts from the trust that we're trying to build in these cities, in these communities across America. It's amazing.
I mean, this is getting, I mean, this is not getting. We have a dead American. We have other, injuries in Portland tonight, and they're not stopping. They say, oh, let's tamp down the rhetoric. So they say that, and then there's always the line, like implying or concluding that this was almost the murder of this Renee Good yesterday. And I've got to say, I engaged with one of the protesters today, and she said, they're not making our community safe. It was at the vigil, and she was, it doesn't make us safe. In fact, they're causing the problem. And I asked her, I said, well, what about the sexual offender who was picked up today? Isn't that good for the community? Like, the police could do that. The police should be doing that.
Yet the police will not touch immigration. We arrested 2 illegal aliens from Somalia today on the streets of Minneapolis, both with significant
sexual assault. One of them was a sexual
One was sexual
battery.
assault, yeah. And others had very long rap sheets. Where are the police arresting them? Or if the police do arrest them, why aren't they turning them over to ICE and Border Patrol? When you ask them that, they don't seem to have an answer, Laura.
Your message to those tonight who believe the protests that are breaking out, and again, it's not that many people. It's real. I mean, there's some real bad actors, other people that seem to be there and they're just holding their signs and they're screaming in their bullhorns, but it's kind of not, it's not that bad. I mean, as far as what I've seen in the George Floyd era, hopefully it doesn't get that bad, but they want to push you guys out of here. Your message to them tonight.
You know, every city we've been to, whether it's Chicago, Los Angeles, or now Minneapolis, take a look at what President Trump and Secretary Noem have accomplished. Double-digit figure drop in crime. Let me say that again, Laura. Double-digit figures drops in crime. And that's why we're here. And you're going to see that here in Minneapolis starting yesterday.
All right. Agent, great to see you as
Great to
always.
see you.
Can't believe I
Thank
didn't see you out there. I think they all secretly liked me in the protest crowd. I actually talked to them. They were shocked that I didn't have horns. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.